No, but seriously, it was pretty amateurish, wasn't it? Really, given
the hesitancy in the box. Yeah.
But that being said, it was a great finish, wasn't it?
We can move on to that, Gab, but let's talk about those 2 goals. I mean, I don't know where you want to start. I mean, do you want to start with N'Diaye? Because should we just,
I mean, it was, again, it just reinforces to me, certainly the first goal, there's a massive gap between the Championship and the Premier League. If you think that Ipswich got promoted last year, where did they finish second last year? I don't know. Yeah. And it obviously came up the previous season, I think. And you come to the Premier League and there's just a massive gap, isn't it? I just thought that was the type of defending that you saw there that you'll probably get away with in the Championship, but at the Premier League level, even against, with due respect to Everton, a team in the bottom half of the Premier League at the moment, you're going to get punished for that. I mean, that was sort of stuff I played. No, but seriously, it was pretty amateurish, wasn't it? Really, given
the hesitancy in the box.
But that being said, it was a great finish, wasn't it? You can strike the ball. I think Cavalier got out the way, didn't he? He might have taken his head off.
Yeah,
and that was a great finish. And Rob will probably talk about Keane's goal, but that was a great.
No, finish as well. We'll move on to that. You can both talk about Michael Keane, but I want to say, Rob, because we got you on for the first time. Iliman N'Diaye, I mean, what have you thought of the way he started Everton? He certainly seems to bring something different, something perhaps Everton haven't had for a while.
Yeah, he's impressed, hasn't he? He was on my radar a little bit. I know a Sheffield United fan, so a couple of years ago he was raving about him. So I always sort of just kept an eye. Of course, that was in the Championship, so it's always a question of how a player can step up. But kind of from the word go, you've just seen that he gets you off your seat, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He's quick, but he's hard-working. And obviously he can strike a ball, as he showed on Saturday. I mean, when was the last player that we had that actually... when a player received the ball, you got that excitement. I mean, Delafeu had his moments, maybe Ross Barkley in the early days, but there's not been many, has there? So it's great that we've got that, but also, as I say, he puts the shift in.
Yeah.
He wants the ball, but he'll get back, he'll track back. I mean, a fantastic buy, and, I feel lucky that we got him, to be honest, and the other clubs didn't go in for him, because you would hope there's more to come as well.
Yeah, that's the thing, Gav, isn't it? I mean, you wonder why didn't other clubs come in? I mean, is it kudos to Everton's recruitment area? Obviously, probably you saw something that maybe others didn't. I don't know.
Well, he'd been a Sheffield United, hadn't he? He played in the Premier League, didn't he, first?
Very briefly.
Very briefly, yeah. You just don't know. Some people, some players just not fancied, are they? And sometimes you've got to step in. What I would say, though, it's still early days, isn't it? It's only 8 games. Yeah. You've got to judge players over half season, 3/4 of the season. If you're still like this when we get to April, I'll be really impressed. So there's a lot of hard work done, but I like him. I like there's a little bit of... He got fouled, didn't he? There's a little bit of... Gianfranco Zola, and when he's got like 2 or 3 players around him, he can twist and turn quite quickly and get himself out of trouble. He did that, and Saturday ended up getting fouled, didn't he? Which is helpful for to have a player like that who plays to our strengths and that were good from free kicks. And I think also he can dribble, but he's got a bit of pace over distance, hasn't he? Mm-hmm. Like people compare him to Stephen Pienaar, but Pienaar was like a player. He was quick, but only quick over
a short burst.
Yeah. He wasn't going to somebody who's going to get it and bomb down.
No, lung-busting runs.
Yeah. Where N'Diaye, I think, has got that in his locker. I'd like to see him put his head up a little bit. And, sometimes I think he can hold on to the ball too long. I like to see his final ball into the area improve and to be a bit more productive there. There was one on Saturday, I think, where he done really well on the byline. He pulled it back to McNeil, and it was just the wrong... You expected when I first saw it, I thought McNeil that should have taken the shot the first time, but when you looked at the ball again, it came far too quickly and at the sort of wrong angle for him, so he had to take a touch, and it was a pretty straightforward pass. So I like to see his delivery into the area improve, but apart from that, he works hard defensively, doesn't he, as well, like Pienaar, and great buy so far.
Yeah, that was a caveat with Gav. But Robbie's actually shown a certain robustness. There's not these sort of players you think maybe a bit of a show pony, but that's not the case. As Gav said, he does put a shift in as well.
Yeah, he's no shrinking violet.
Yeah.
As Gav said, he's got that low centre of gravity, so he's hard to knock off the ball. Great balance as well. But there's something about him. Yeah, he's not one to just tumble and stay on the ground. He will try and keep going. So occasions where he could have gone down and tried to win the free kick, but he shrugs them off. He tries to break through. So great attitude. As Gav says, we can't judge a player too quickly.
No.
I look at Iribonem, who had a great start to the season, and I still think has got lots of potential.
Yeah.
But we've seen players before. I was rereading the book about Everton when they won the league in '87, and how we had Kevin Langley.
Yeah.
Came in and sort of, wouldn't say set the world on fire, but came from Wigan, had a great start, but then just faded after maybe a couple of months. So we should never get carried away.
Yeah.
We tend to be that way. Then we're sort of all in, and then suddenly a player's rubbish, and then So let's not get carried away. But the signs are really promising, and let's just hope he keeps injury free and just keeps developing.